Today I wanted to address some of the truths and myths of senior insurance sales. So just to be clear, guys, we're not just talking about final expense sales, but we're also going to be talking about Medicare insurance sales too. So let's just jump right in by addressing whether it's better to start off selling final expense and Medicare Advantage at the same time, or to start off by selling one of these first and then getting into the other market later. But first, if you'd like a copy of the Overcoming Objections Super File, which has scripts on overcoming objections while setting appointments, door knocking leads, and also dealing with the classic I gotta think about it first objection, just stick around until the end of the video and I'm gonna show you how to get all of this for yourself. Compared to Medicare Advantage, the licensing and training and sales process for final expense insurance is, well, relatively easy. The final expense products are the same from city to city and state to state. So generally, you take your insurance license test and get approved by the carriers you're gonna sell. And I like to look at final expense insurance sales as the stepping stone in order to become like a doctor. You go to college, right? And you visit patients. You learn the basics of helping sick people, right? Well, Medicare Advantage is the brain surgery of the insurance sales industry, the senior sales industry. You got to study for and take a very intensive AHIP test every single year. Then you've got to do all the carrier certifications every single year too, which means more studying, more test taking for every single carrier that you're selling. And yes, if you'd like to give this video a thumbs up, now would be a great time. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new. We're putting out new insurance sales training videos and final expense sales training content like pretty much every week. Now, as if all that wasn't enough, the Medicare Advantage products actually vary from county to county. Now think about that. Not even state to state. So for example, one big product that's real popular from like United Healthcare that you're selling a lot of in like one specific county may not even be available in the county next door. So if you're selling final expense remotely, you might only be selling like 5 to 10 maximum different products. But with Medicare, you could be dealing with over 50 unique products. Oh, and to even pile on to that mess, unlike final expense insurance, the Medicare products tend to change from year to year. Think about it. You get used to one product, it's real popular in a certain area, and it's not even there the next year, or it's completely different. Which leads us into the second thing that I hear being told incorrectly, which is, get this, if you're already a Medicare agent, that it's easy to cross-sell final expense to your clients. Guys, this is actually false if you think about it. It goes the other way around. Let me explain. Now let's go with the common sense. What is going to be easier for you to do? Take your Medicare client who's used to paying nothing for their insurance. In most cases, the Medicare Advantage plans are like a zero premium deal, and try to sell them life insurance with a monthly payment? Or is it easier to take your existing life insurance final expense client and simply call them up and say something like, hey Janet, it's Doug, your life insurance agent. There's some changes this year with Medicare and I might be able to actually save you a little bit of money. Have you got a few minutes to speak? Guys, build your book of final expense clients first and then easily cross-sell them the Medicare Advantage. By doing this, you're getting, well, a nice commission check up front for the life insurance sales, and then a lifetime residual check for every single Medicare Advantage client that you have. Next, what's easier, selling someone face-to-face or selling remotely, doing telesales? Okay, let me just break this down a bit. If you're sitting in front of someone, yes, it's absolutely most likely going to be easier to close the sale than if you're speaking with the same person over the phone. That's kind of common sense. However, there's a lot more than just that to consider. If you're going to sell final expense insurance and you actually expect to earn a decent living, now we're talking at least like $100,000 to maybe over $150,000 per year. To me, that's the minimum you should be making. You're going to be doing a lot of door knocking leads in between appointments. Not only that, guys, but in most parts of the country, you're gonna need to be okay with doing a lot of driving, and the life of the road warrior includes a lot of traveling, and you can expect to be staying the nights in some of the not so nicest hotels. With a good remote final expense sales platform like the ones that our agents use, you can literally make 8 to over 12 presentations per day of people that expect a call from you so that they can get a quote for affordable life insurance. Now, let's talk about the boogeyman, free leads programs. This is a myth. Guys, there is no such thing as free leads. Nothing is free. Any company that has a program where they're calling it their free leads program is a myth and basically a lie. Now, subsidized? Yes, that's definitely the right word, and yes, that's very common. So, in other words, instead of you, the agent, receiving at least like 100 to 110%, maybe even up to 120% first-year commission, companies like Senior Life Services and Lincoln Heritage are cutting your commission in half, actually in many cases more than half, to get these free leads. And here's the thing, guys, if you're actually a talented sales professional, I believe in most cases it's actually gonna cost you a lot more money in the long run by working under these type of companies, these type of free lead systems, than if you got the full commission and paid for your own appointments and or maybe even inbound TV commercial leads. Let's talk a little bit about commissions. Now, I was speaking with an agent who had been licensed for years and had sold life insurance products several years ago. She was under the impression that commission levels couldn't even go over 100%. And she was very confused about this and just didn't understand how I could give new agents commission levels starting at right around 105 to even 110%. A great example of how commission levels can go is as follows. If you are personally able to place, let's say, $500,000 of annualized premium in a year, and I'll say that whether you actually do it, on your own pen, so to speak, or you have several agents that are writing the business along with you. Your agency is writing, at least that $500,000 in a single year. There are insurance carriers that will give you first-year commissions of 125% to even potentially over 130%. Now, what about the rumors of the 150% contracts? Yes, if you're a full-blown insurance marketing organization and your agency is placing like millions and millions of dollars of business every single year with, their carriers, with some of the carriers, not all of them, but a few of the carriers, you can actually get 150%. But guys, let's be clear, there's nothing higher. And it's kind of messed up how I see people posting on like Facebook groups and different insurance forums on how you can get like 160, 170, 180. Guys, this is complete nonsense. That's insane. You're never getting that. No one's getting that. There's no way to get more than 150% first-year commission with any final expense or whole life carrier in the United States. It's just not happening. I hope this video helped to answer some of your questions and potentially bust some of the myths of the senior market. For a copy of that Overcoming Objections super file that I mentioned earlier in the video, just email me at doug@UFESonline. If you'd like information on working with us by selling final expense remotely and getting access to those 20 plus appointments per day, just shoot me an email at that same address. As always, when you put the needs of your clients first, everything else will usually fall right into place. Now get off that couch and get out there and do something good for someone today. Happy hunting.